Hey my friends, today I was meditating outside on a grass field, looking into the sun, sun gazing, and I've got such an amazing experience. Like, I was in that deep state of just being. And suddenly I started feeling the aliveness of the earth, the Gaia, and I felt connected to it, but at the same time I felt like I'm just a visitor on it. I felt like I am sitting on a giant head. And this head is truly kind head, but the grass is like a hair of that head. And the feeling was so amazing because it felt like I'm sitting on a live being. And I've started experiencing such a peaceful energy, such a connectedness, a coherent state between myself and the earth and the sky and the universe. And I could hear the sound of the sun and the sound of the earth, truly waving in that rhythmical flow where everything is like uniquely singing. But each sound was unique, and the point of that story is that we are not recognizing where we are. How amazing opportunity is to every day rise up like a sun and experience a first conscious breath, the moment where we open our eyes and we have that opportunity to see colors again, to see forms, structures, to see nature, to see everything that is surrounding us. And we have the opportunity to ask ourselves, well, what will I consciously do today? Because there's one thing that we are forgetting. We have a free choice, free will. And we have that mystical force consciousness, which means that we can consciously decide what we will do today. And when our consciousness is expanding, we can look around us and we will see tools for creating. We can see a pencil. Oh, wow, I can write a poem, or I can write a plan for today, or for the next week, or for the next month, or for the next 10 years. Well, what else can I find? Maybe I can build something outside. Maybe I can design something. Maybe I can create something completely new. Maybe I can do something with my voice, which can change the world. Not often we are waking up like that, because we are taking everything for granted. Even when we receive a great inspiring idea, we postpone it to a day which never comes. I'm meeting people, especially artists, which are saying, well, I want to start this project, or I want to start selling my work to make a living out of what I love to do. And I give them advice because I went through that process. I went through it and I know how to start. But what happens, they never start. So the thing is that we have all the talents. What nature is teaching me, we have everything within us. We have everything. You have all the talents. You don't have same talents as I have, but also I don't have same talents as you have. You have your unique gifts. Are you aware of your unique gifts? If not, it means that you don't know yourself yet. The first stage of awakening will be when you will recognize that you're not a victim of your life. When you will know yourself better, you will recognize that you are co-creating everything that is happening in your life. That's where you will start knowing yourself better. Once we know ourselves, we know what we love to do, what we don't like to do. what we hate to do, and what we would like to give to the world. We will know that. That's where we become aware of our gifts, our talents. And why I love sharing the stories and messages every single day. Because through those messages, I'm digging deeper into myself. And I'm always searching that connection between my higher self and my self right here. And it's amazing what I'm recognizing. We all have that ability to connect. And once we connect with that higher self, we receive the guidance. So we can always know what will be the right decision. But it doesn't mean that the right decision will be the easiest decision. Usually the right decision is the hardest decision, because through the hardest decisions we are learning the most. If we say that way, the soul came to earth and manifested a physical body, which you can see when you look into the mirror. The soul is looking into the mirror and seeing yourself in a physical form. Soul came here to earth to gain and to learn important lessons. But it can only learn those important lessons if you let yourself to be guided by your higher self. Otherwise, you're stuck in your mind, perceiving whatever you want to perceive, not being aware that whatever we are perceiving is feeding our minds with information. And all those information are triggering emotions. And based by how we feel emotionally, we are acting and reacting. So what it means? It means that we are not consciously acting and reacting in the world. Our actions are not conscious actions most of the time. Our actions and reactions are based on our emotional state. And if our emotional state is coming from our mind and information that we are perceiving, it means that whatever we are perceiving is controlling our action and reaction. It means that most of the time people are being controlled by the outside sources, completely not being aware that being alive is a gift. And if being alive is a gift, well, that's a great opportunity to make something out of it. To make something out of your life. So what will be your story? Once your soul will decide, well, I did what was in my power for this lifetime. I've completed my mission and it's time to go on with that infinite journey of living. What will you leave behind? What kind of story? What kind of book? What kind of whatever? Think about it, because there's an inspiration which you will feel. And that inspiration will be guiding you to take greater action. So what we are changing right now, we are not being controlled by outside sources. Now we are being controlled by the greater inspiration, which is coming to you in its unique way, so you can grab it, you can feel it emotionally as inspiration, as joy, as motivation, as love for existence. And based on those greater emotional states, take action, react on that, and make it happen. But don't let your logical, analytical mind to distract you. Oh, it's not possible. You can't do it. You're not at the right place. You don't know the right people. You know that the universe is working in mysterious ways, which means that once you take action, once you take a greater action based on those greater emotions, it means that you are already generating a new karma. You know what karma means? Karma means action. Whatever you do will come back to you. So if you create greater actions, or if you grab those great ideas, put them into action, it means that you will start designing new path for you. And that new path is the path of your soul, because you're being guided by your higher self. This is your mission right now. What you're creating is not just for you. Yes, you will manifest whatever you want to manifest. If it's a health, a financial abundance, great relationships, whatever. But what you're giving is also what you're creating is also for the world. What will you give to the world? You know that in each creation there's a lesson for somebody. Whoever will come across your path, that person will be in your life for a reason, because maybe there's just something in your craft that can help that person. And trust me, it will not be just one. Maybe it will be thousands or millions of people which can benefit from your work. So do not hesitate, because I met so many people which got such an amazing idea. I was so inspired by their ideas. I said them, well, start today, because if you will not start today, you will never start on that. We say, oh, I will start tomorrow. And tomorrow never comes, right? Because we always say, I will start tomorrow. So, my friends, everybody needs to hear that, because everybody has those unique gifts within you. And right now we are living at a time where we are actually designing a new world. It will not happen by itself. And if we are designing that new world, the new world needs your gifts, your light, your uniqueness. Because right now, the greatest thing that we can find right now is that we know what is not working. We know that competing is not working. We know that fighting is not working. Being angry to one another, or to, expressing anger to one another is not working. Fear is not working. We can find ourselves being afraid and we will do nothing. We know that all those states are not helping us. So what is helping us? What scientists and doctors are finding out? Appreciation is increasing immune system. Gratitude is increasing immune system. But not just that. Gratitude is connecting us. Gratitude is helping us to be more creative. Creativity is helping us to design greater solutions for the world's problems. But it's not enough to be just creative. We need to combine creative mind with logical mind, with analytical mind, so we can use those creative ideas and design practical plans how we will put those creative ideas into action. Which means that each artist needs to become also a businessman. Not in terms of making tons of money, but in terms of logical thinking. Well, how to create that product, how to put it into action, how to manifest it. What would be the greatest way to produce that thing, or whatever. So we are living in a time where we need to find that balance between logic or analytical mind and creative mind, imagination. It's time to find that balance. And we can only find that balance by knowing ourselves. Know yourself, my friends. If you don't know yourself, better to know yourself. How to know yourself? What it actually means? It means that you become aware what you are not. You know, when many times we want to show up, we want to prove something to others. But do you really want to do it? Do you really want to just show up? What is the purpose behind that? Maybe you just want to be accepted. Maybe you just want to be appreciated. And there's a law of the universe. What you want to have, you need to become it first. Which means that if we want to be appreciated, if we want to be accepted, it means that we need to start accepting others. We need to start appreciating others. If we want to manifest more abundance in our lives, we need to start living as we are already abundant. And the biggest mistake people are doing is that they think that money is abundance. Money is just a glimpse of abundance. It's just a manifestation of an energy, just a glimpse of it. The biggest abundance is coming out of nature. You see the nature, everything is in abundance. Everything is in abundance. The breath that you're breathing. If somebody would take all the oxygen, all the air, from you, you would see that having that fresh air is abundance. Drinkable water is abundance. Are you appreciating it? The food that you have is abundance. It's all an abundance, and once we start appreciating everything as we are already living in abundance, more abundance will start flowing into our lives. Because only those who appreciate abundance are able to share it with others. Because if you are appreciating yourself, you are appreciating everybody around you. And many times people say, yeah, well, but what about those rich people which have tons of money, but they're like jerks or whatever? You see money in these people, but you don't see how they feel. You don't see what thoughts and worries and fears are happening within them. All you see is money. And that's the biggest mistake we are doing. So the shift in consciousness that is happening is that things are not how they appear to be. We need to see greatness within everything. We need to see beauty within everything. We need to see abundance and love within everything. We need to see an infinite potential within everything. Even if we're living in that still kind of limited physical realm, within that physical realm there's still infinite potential according to quantum physics. All matter is actually built out of atoms. In atoms there's infinite energy. So in every single thing that you see is an infinite potential. And our attention and our emotions and our feelings are influencing the atoms, are influencing the energy which is manifesting in the physical reality. So place close attention to your thoughts, emotions and feelings. And find the difference how you feel when you are appreciating yourself, when you are just being grateful for this moment, when you are in love. Pay close attention to what is changing within you and also within your perception. When we are in love, we see just beauty around us. We recognize a beautiful butterflies, a beautiful sound of the waves, rivers, the wind. We recognize the sun in the sky and all the stars in the night sky. But once we are in a worry, all we see is that small problem that we have. And that's the difference, my friends. So I will leave you here and I'm wishing you a beautiful day. Go outside a little bit, reconnect with the Mother Earth and Father Sky, and enjoy the moment. Think about your future a little bit through the lens of imagination. And see what else is possible. So I'm sending you love, blessings, and power. Have a beautiful day and see you soon. One love.